Well, we'll get on to that in just a moment with our guest this morning, Shadow Treasurer Joe Hockey. Welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, firstly, the G20 summit, and Kevin Rudd is riding a wave of popularity from that. How do you rate his performance there?
Well, it's easy to be popular when you're handing out money. There's no doubt about that, and Kevin Rudd has handed it out on a scale that Australia has never seen before. The fact is that the policies that he is announcing are not giving business the confidence to go out and keep people in jobs, nor to create new jobs. And earlier this week, Malcolm Turnbull announced a major initiative for small business that focuses on keeping people in jobs and giving small business an incentive to continue to employ people. So we've got a positive agenda focused on employment. Kevin Rudd's got an agenda focused on popularity. Before
we get to the nuts and bolts of that, he is very hard to score points from, though, at the moment. The global statesman thing is working very well. Barack Obama, Gordon Brown. He looks very good, and his approach to the global situation has been endorsed by two of the biggest heavyweights in world politics.
Well, of course, everyone's going to endorse each other, given that if they're all in this collectively, then they can sheet home the blame to others, ultimately. But as the Prime Minister says correctly, small business and tradies and young people are going to have to pay for this. They'll be the beneficiaries. I don't think that's right. That's what he claims. I don't think that's necessarily right. I think they'll be the ones that have to pay the increased tax, the higher interest rates, to pay for this incredible cash splash that we're seeing.
The Prime Minister earned a new nickname this week, Mr 74%. The latest Nielsen poll showing he is the most popular Prime Minister since Bob Hawke, a sentiment which is seemingly reverberating around the world.
The election of Kevin Rudd constituted something of an Obama moment for that country.
Well, it is difficult, isn't it? I mean, how do you get leverage on a situation like this where the Prime Minister is riding so high in the polls?
Look, Bill, I know Kevin Rudd. He's not Barack Obama. Let's be fair to him about this. I mean, I think there's a lot of backslapping going on amongst political leaders at the moment, and I think sooner or later we're going to hear the rooster crow when it's time to massively increase taxes, when interest rates go up, when the jobless rate hits record levels, potentially in this environment. And I really hope the government gets it right, but the government's got policy on the run. I mean, and that's the problem. They've got policy born out of panic. They've got policy that is born out of the government's determination to be seen to be doing something, rather than well-considered policies that are going to deliver jobs, that are going to deliver security into the future.
Before I ask you the next question, the stress of solving the world's financial crisis appeared to have left the PM a little frazzled this week. Mr Rudd forced to apologise after flying off the handle over an in-flight meal on board an RAAF plane. Let's listen to this.
Do you have a bad temper?
All right. All of us are human. I'm human. I'm not perfect, you know. And as I said before, if I upset anybody on that particular flight, I'm really sorry. I apologise for it. As I said at the time to one of the staff on the plane, that's it. I mean, it's.
Now, you're the Shadow Treasurer. I'm the flight attendant handing you this on a plate. That's pretty good leverage after what has been a fairly Teflon-coated first 18 months in office. I mean, what's your view on how Kevin Rudd has managed this situation?
Look, Bill, I think Australians will form their own view. I think it is the responsibility of the Prime Minister and all politicians to try and be polite under all circumstances, and sometimes it's very difficult. But
well, it must be difficult for you because you're a mate of his. You worked with him on TV for a number of years in a very popular segment. You walked the Kokoda Trail with him. Is he really a good bloke? Is this just an unfair label?
I'll let the Australian people form their view, and over time more things will emerge. People will form an opinion on Kevin Rudd. I'll leave it to them. But I mean, what was more alarming out of that entire incident, not just going off the handle at the RAAF staff, but the fact that his office was lying to the Australian people about what actually happened. And this illustrates a pattern of behaviour out of his office, that they are prepared to mislead the Australian people as to the truth of the matter.
Surely that sheets back to him, though, doesn't it?
Well, that's for others to decide. I mean, the fact that he is now defending his press secretary when his press secretary blatantly lied to people is just, I think that's wrong, and that's ill-considered, and the Prime Minister can fix that now.
Now, we will, as I said, get into the nuts and bolts in the next segment on the G20 and what's flowing on from that in terms of Australia's future. But generally speaking, were you pleased with how the G20 came about? There was certainly some doubts with Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, and of course President Sarkozy from France really being quite belligerent going into the meeting, but it's all smooth now.
Well, as Malcolm Turnbull and I have been saying all along, we want to see a solution here. We want the world to come together. If there is going to be more regulation, it should only be better regulation. It should not be a substitute for, political point scoring. We want the world to get out of this. But the fact of the matter is that $1 trillion is a lot of money. It's $1 million. It's a lot of money, and the world's going to have to fund this. And unfortunately, if you have got your cash splashes and you're spending everything you've got, you haven't got any money for the rainy day that may lie ahead.
Well, time for a break right now. When we return with the panel is a third stimulus package in the pipeline. Another budget approaches. And while our Mandarin-speaking Prime Minister prides himself on his ties with China, Kevin Rudd couldn't have looked more uncomfortable this week when he was forced to sit next to Britain's Chinese ambassador on a television talk show. The producers ignored his requests to be seated next to his UK comrade, Foreign Secretary David Miliband.
We're both on the set together. It's kind of a natural thing that you actually wouldn't mind parking yourself next to each other as well. So I think people should put all that into a bit of context.